Namaste children, welcome back to another session of our block 7, that is different eating habits. Initially in LP1 we came to know about different types of animals based on the eating habitat as herbivores which are eating only plants, carnivores which are eating only flesh, omnivores which eat both plants and flesh as their food material. In LP2 we came to know about as these different types of animals with different eating habits are there, the teeth present in them are also different, and how the different variety of teeth that are helpful in the animals for the easy intake of food material. So in our today's class we are going to learn about a special way of eating mechanism. Some animals are there in the nature, they will perform some different types of special ways of eating mechanisms. So today we are going to learn about such a special way of eating mechanisms in animals. Okay children, so let us start our class. So what is the main aim of our class? Today we are going to learn about different ways of animals eat their food material. Okay children? Yes. So now in our today's class we are going to learn about some of the keywords. First one is your nectar. Nectar means a very sweet liquid present inside the flower.
Nectar. A sweet liquid inside the flower.
So, to better understand in our today's class, let's start doing a small activity, children. So, to do this activity, let's have pictures like this and observe these pictures carefully. Observe the given pictures carefully. In picture 1, you are able to see a snake trying to catch a rat. In picture 2, you are able to see a dog. It is taking its food with the help of a tongue. And in the third picture, you are able to see a frog trying to catch its prey, and an elephant it's trying to reach its food. Okay, so now based on these observations of this chart, let us do a small activity, children. So before doing this activity, copy a tabular column in your textbook. So for the better understanding of our today's class, already we have observed 4 different pictures very clearly. So now based on our observations, we are trying to fill this particular tabular column. So this tabular column, it is divided into 3 parts, where the first part, if you will see, it is given here animal names here. And now the second one, that is the body parts that help in eating and how it helps. So already you came to know what are the body parts that are helping in eating. This we will fill now, and after observing the video we are going to fill how these help it. Okay, so in case of a snake, if you will see, the body parts that help in eating are, it is using its tongue to trap and swallow the food. The same here in case of your dog, that is tongue. Whereas in case of a frog, that is also a tongue. Okay, but in case of an elephant, that is your tongue or tusk, the hard bones, your trunk or tusk. These are the two things that are helpful for the eating purpose. So how these are helpful for the eating purpose? Now after listening and observing the video, we are going to fill. Okay children?
A snake uses its mouth to swallow food. Think about how dogs and frogs use their tongues. An elephant uses its trunk to eat.
So by this video we understood that there are some special eating habits that are seen in the animals like your snakes, frogs, dogs, and even in elephants. So now, how does a frog eat differently from a dog? Can anybody tell? How does a frog eats differently from a dog? Very good. A frog, it is eating differently from a dog by the help of its sticky tongue, because frog is an animal which always try to eat insects, whereas dog is an animal which try to eat meat and rice. Okay, so for both of them, tongue is the most important organ for the intake of food. But if you will observe the tongue of these dogs and frogs, frogs are having a sticky tongues that they will bring outside their mouth and trying to catch the flying insects. Whereas if you will see the dog it laps up the food water by using the tongue. One more important special characteristic of the frog's tongue is it can roll back the tongue into its mouth and eats. It will catch the prey, roll back the tongue into its mouth, and then it eats. Such a thing we won't observe in case of your frog. So the major difference is presence of a sticky tongue in case of frogs, but not in case of your dogs. Okay, children. So now let us even try to understand why do different animals use different ways to catch and eat their food. So why do different animals you are using different ways to catch and eat the food? So this is because if you will see different animals, they are eating different types of food. So according to their type of food, the mouth parts are arranged. As the eating habits are different. Like in case of a giraffe, if you will take, it's having a very long neck to reach its branches. So that's what they are having some special parts to eat the mouth. For example, if you will see a butterfly, it is having a tube-like structure to suck up the nectar, that is the liquid fluid or a sweetish fluid present in the flower. Okay, so the same if you will say the grasshopper, it is using its mouth parts to cut and chew the leaves. So based on the type of food habits what the animals are having, different body parts or different mouth parts that are helpful. So now if you will say what will happen if the frog's tongue is short and not sticky? So if the frog's tongue is short and not sticky, it cannot catch the prey, because the prey for it is the flying insects. So if the frog's tongue it is not sticky, it cannot catch the flying insects, and even it is not able to roll up its tongue back. So due to which what happens, the frog will not able to eat the food material at all. Okay, so now after listening to this, initially we have a tabular column which we have completed half. Let us see that. Okay, children, so here the snake's mouth, it will help to swallow the food, whereas dog's mouth, it helps to lap the food, whereas in case of a frog, it helps to stick or trap the flying prey or insects. Elephant's tongue or tusk, it helps to tear the hard branches and stems of the plants. So complete the given table, children, based on the observation of your pictures and based on your clean observation of the video. Okay, children. So now let us see the workbook part, children. So in the workbook part, if you will see page number 4, the special ways of eating, the first question here it comes, that is your true or false question. Snakes have no teeth. They will swallow their entire food. Is it true or false? It's true. Mosquitoes use their tongue to drink blood. So definitely it is false. They don't have trunk. False or true? It's true. They have a trunk. Okay. So birds have teeth to eat their food. Yes. Birds too have beaks to eat their food. They don't have any teeth. So the third statement is wrong. Dogs have a sticky tongue like lizards. This is also wrong. Dogs don't have a sticky tongue like lizards. Okay. So if now you will see the next one, that is complete the table below. So in this table you will see two animals are there. One is your frog, second one is your butterfly. So if you will observe them, the special features, so in case of a frog, that is the sticky tongue. In case of a butterfly, that is the trunk. Yes, they have a long feeding tube. Okay, so now how it helps in eating means it helps to catch the flying prey and roll back it. It helps to suck up the fluids from the nectar. So what will happen if frog is not able to have such a sticky tongue? It cannot catch the flying prey. So it will not get food material. Okay, so other than these animals, just now what we have discussed, even we have some other animals like your birds. So in case of birds, if you will say, so till now children, we have discussed and completed the worksheet part where we came to know that butterflies are having a straw-like tubes which help in sucking up the food. Your snake is having tongue which will help in swallowing the food. The mouth helps in swallowing the food, whereas the dogs are having a normal tongue that helps them to lick up the food and water. The same if you will see a frog, it is having a sticky tongue to catch the flying prey, and elephants are having a tusk and a tongue to tear off the hard food substances and to keep it in mouth. So now let us even specially talk about the birds. So in case of birds, if you will see children, we are having different body parts that are called beaks. So same like other animals, here also we will see the special eating mechanism through a part that is called your beak. So the beak shape also varies from one variety of bird to another variety based on the food what it is eating. Like if you will take the example of a hummingbird, it is having a straw-like beak so that it can suck up the nectar from the flowers. So the same if you will see a sparrow, it's having a very short beak so that it can catch the insects easily. Whereas a vulture or an eagle, if you will see, you can see a long curved pointed beak here so that it will tear the flesh of its prey and then it will keep and swallow it. So here also with the help of a beak we can see a special way of eating mechanism. So now let us try to complete the practice questions from your textbook children. So here the practice questions, if you will see, the first question, that is circle the part that a frog uses to catch insects. Long nose, antenna, long sticky tongue, teeth, long feeding tube. So definitely it's a frog, that's what it is, the long sticky tongue. So now in the second question, A1, why do different animals eat in different ways? As they're having different body size and their eating food is also different, so they have different eating ways. How does a lizard eat differently from a cat? So both lizard and cat, they are having a tongue. But the tongue of the lizard is a sticky tongue. With the help of it, it will catch the flying prey. But whereas a cat's tongue is a normal tongue that it is using to drink its food and water. Okay, so now the third question is, what will happen if the tongue of a frog loses its thickness? What will happen? Definitely it cannot catch the prey. It cannot catch its prey, so the frog will die due to lack of food material. Okay, children. So after listening the video, complete the complete worksheet part from your workbook and the practice questions from the volume book. Thank you so much.